As a creative, it can be easy to fall into a rut. We learn what we like and how we like to make it, and that can be a good thing. If you're a professional of any kind, efficiency is important. But we're creatives, not machines, computers, or robots. What makes us valuable is our ability to think different, to approach things from a new perspective. For me, I like working on big creative concepts, projects that require me to build something from scratch. Don't get me wrong, those kinds of projects are always fun and incredibly rewarding when they turn out right, but I don't want that to be the only thing I can do. I don't want to rely on that process every time. So for this project, I decided to challenge myself. Instead of creating everything from the ground up, I'd use what already exists. For this one, I decided to create a campaign for the shoe manufacturer Norda. They make durable, sustainable running and hiking shoes. While I'm not much of a hiker myself, I always appreciate the spirit of adventure that comes with it, that drive to explore and create new experiences for yourself. In that sense, I can relate. Norda values craftsmanship and experience, and that's something I connect with as a designer. Maybe I'm not a hiker, but as a creative, I can get behind their own values and would love to utilize what I am passionate about to help those who have similar values as mine. My goal here is simple: build upon what already exists, not reinventing the wheel, but finding a new angle that fits both my style and Norda's identity. My first task is to familiarize myself with the brand as well as gather materials. I want to get a good grasp on who this company is, what they value, so that way I can create designs that help support those values. Along the way, I'll gather images, products, taglines, colors, fonts, and whatever else I can find that is associated with the brand. This will essentially become my assets folder of things to pull from. Once I've done my research and I have at least enough materials to get started, it's on to getting creative. One of the first things I notice about Norda's content is how simple it is. Nothing's too flashy or complex, mostly lifestyle photography that focuses on their products and environments they're made for. Since I'm a designer, I wanted to bring in more of the visual design than they usually do, but without going overboard. I wanted to create something that felt strong and intriguing, but still supported the photography instead of overshadowing it. So I started simple. I tried to come up with some interesting compositions using their logo, phrases, products, and photography. I created multiple iterations of ideas, trying out different ways to organize the information and see what I could come up with. While I want the designs to be great, I don't want to overshadow the images and the products. What I'm doing for this project is more supporting than it is taking the main stage. One of the ideas that I landed on that really stood out to me was this typographic composition. It's simple but still feels creative. It's straightforward and almost technical, like other micrographics. That's a design style that I've really been enjoying recently, and I think it's a great use case for this project. I also like that it's easy to switch out some of the information to be specific to whatever the shoe is in the image. That way, it can be both functional and visually appealing. That design became the foundation for everything else, but I knew I couldn't just copy and paste it everywhere. One, that would be really boring, and two, small text-heavy layouts don't work in every setting. You can't expect people to read a wall of text in a billboard while driving. So I needed variations that stayed consistent with the overall system, but fit different formats and uses. While experimenting on designs for a billboard, I had a thought. The tagline that I've been using is "A run can last forever." I had the idea of trying to make it seem like the wording itself lasts forever. I repeated the text over and over, letting it run off the canvas as if it continued endlessly beyond what you can see. Although on a billboard that you're looking at from far away, it might not be super legible. So I took the idea and I repurposed it elsewhere. It became another visual motif I could use across the campaign, something that tied everything together. Now I have even more assets and ideas to utilize when I'm designing. As I kept experimenting, the project evolved naturally. Each design taught me something new, helping me refine the system as a whole. Some layouts focused more on lifestyle photography and others on the shoes themselves. Together, they formed a campaign that felt clean, consistent, and intentional. Every element done with purpose and nothing wasted. Simple, but with a creative twist. Another part of this project I wanted to explore was motion graphics. I'm not a motion designer, but I know the basics. And since this campaign's visuals are fairly minimal, I thought it might be a good chance to experiment. I had two ideas. One animation would be for wide formats like billboards or banners, and another for social media or video. For the first one, the Norda logo would be the center, while the text scrolls on either side. I repurposed the idea that I had earlier, and I took it just another step further. The second animation would be a simple animation using the logo and the tagline. Luckily, since these were so simple, I didn't have to do a lot of experimentation to get them right. The biggest lesson here was how much adjusting the speed affects the feel. Initially, I just used the standard easy ease for smoothness, but it just didn't really feel right. Once I tweaked the curves in the speed graph, making the motion start faster and end slower, everything felt much more natural and balanced. Sometimes it's the smallest changes that make the biggest difference. Sorry to interrupt the video, but I just wanted to quickly mention that I have a store where I'm selling some merch designs, some poster designs, and some digital design assets. So if that's something that you're interested in, I'd really appreciate it if you would just go check it out and see if there's something there that you like. All right, enough about that, back to the video. Throughout this process, I kept revisiting old designs. Time gives us distance, a different perspective. I like to step away for a few days, come back, and see if I still feel confident about a piece. If not, I rework it until it feels right. Each iteration brings the project closer to where it needs to be. Like going for a hike, it's a journey with twists, turns, highs, and lows. But overcoming those obstacles is what brings us closer and closer to our destination, something that makes the journey worth it. While this campaign is a departure from what I've done in the past, I'm really happy with how everything turned out. It's simple, slightly technical looking, but still creative. And most of all, I think it fits the Norda brand well. This was a very fun challenge to do. Remove my input and design using what already exists. I thought it might be frustrating or limiting, but honestly, it was just fun. I didn't have to worry about creating new elements from scratch or developing a concept that can be creative, on brand, and work within a design system. Instead, I could just focus on the designs. I also really enjoyed using Norda's photography. Whoever they've been hiring to do their photography is doing a phenomenal job. It's not often you have the opportunity to work with photography that is so creative and engaging. I feel like without the photography, this project would have taken a much different direction. But when you've got good assets to work with, it just makes the project so much better. I feel like I was able to cover a lot of ground with this campaign and come up with a bunch of design systems or ideas that can fit many different scenarios. It's systematic, but still flexible enough to be able to work with just about any number of placement or sizes. Solid design work if I do say so myself. But if you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate it if you check out some of the other videos on my channel. If you enjoy exploring graphic design, I think you'll enjoy what I do. If that's you, leave a like and subscribe. Hopefully, I'll see you in the next video.